and welcome to the tutorial for a variation of the Penelope, featuring a non-scalloped lace as well as this decorative trim. I love this variation for a couple reasons. One, super cute. Love this whole color combo cotton candy theme vibe that we have going on. Two is that, let's just say you either look through your stash or you find a lace online that is not a scalloped lace. And by scalloped lace, it has an edge that is finished already. And you just find like an all over regular lace. I don't want you to look at the Penelope and say, I can't make it because I don't have a scalloped lace. I want to show you a variation so that you can make a Penelope using this scalloped lace that you either have in your stash or you fell in love with online. There are only a few changes. I don't want you to see this variation and be like, oh my goodness, like, no, this is way too much. There are only a few minor things. And once I show you, you're gonna be like, oh, that's so easy. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing is that I cut out all of my overlay pieces. So that's 1A, that's 2A, that's also 3A, that's on the bodysuit. I'm not showing it on camera, but you will cut it out of your non-scalloped embroidered tool lace, right? So then you're gonna place it over, just like you would for the scalloped tool lace, and you're gonna place this over that edge. And we're basically just finishing that edge with this scalloped trimming, decorative trimming. And you will top stitch this, just like I had this out here because I wanted to demonstrate. I did a zigzag stitch just right over it. I didn't finish that edge on the panty, like I just did a zigzag stitch right over and secured it in place. And as you can see on the panty portion of it, I did this decorative trimming to replace the fold over elastic on the left and right edge of the front panty, as well as to finish the edges of the side lace panels. So for the lace, that is the only change you make. So to recap, you are going to cut all of your overlay pieces as well as the side panel of the panty and finish the edge with a zigzag stitch on the decorative trim. That's it. That's it. That's all. I sewed the cups together on the vertical seam. Now with this alteration, you have to match up the decorative trim, but pattern matching or trim matching in this case is never fun. But listen, I definitely have pattern match or trim match or just let alone match things that were way more difficult than this. So it takes a little extra time to just make sure that those two trims match, but it's not a big deal. NBT. Another great variation, which I did not mention in the beginning, but this is actually a decorative strap elastic that we are using as to finish the edge of the bra cups. Now how I did this was I laid this trim over, and as you can see in the trim, it has like a little bit of like gathered tulle in between the two rows of elastics. So I laid this over so that it aligned up with like the one edge of the elastic, if that makes sense. I don't know what you would call that. And then I sewed it down with a zigzag stitch. Now the reason why I overlap this so much, because if I had this over a little bit more, it would be too big to fit into the seam line. I also veered it as I went up, because when I sew the other one, I'm gonna have them overlap so that it will still fit onto the ring. If I had them side by side, it would be way too wide to fit into the ring for the shoulder straps. Once I have this sewn, which I have, I will trim this back so that it will just be bare skin underneath. Oh, I love that. Love that detail. I am jumping straight to the finish because all of those things that I showed you, you just repeat throughout this variation. So the way that I attached the elastic bands, I also did it when attaching the cups to the skirt or portion of the teddy, as well as the armhole continues all the way back. Used a wide band for the back portion to connect the skirt, fold over elastic, that's per the instructions. For the panty, Oh, also, use fold over elastic for the V opening. If you are full busted, I highly, highly, highly recommend putting a stabilizer inside the fold over elastic. So if there's a twill tape or something like that to make it a little bit more stable. Here is the panty, so cute. The elastic band at the top, same application as I showed you before. And then let's look at the bodysuit. Gorgeous, love it. So cute. Did the elastic bands connecting the cups to the front of the bodysuit as well. And then the back, same application as normal. Here, this little U shape, this swoop, and that's it. So most of the application is the same, just a few minor things that we changed up for this variation.